She's a beauty, she's a hottie, she is full of antibodies. How about that? Long day today. Wish me luck. Welcome back to the vlog. My name is meghansara. I'm a licensed New York City sightseeing guide, and this week I got a vaccine, did lots of tours, and offer helpful tips on going to the Met. So if you'd like to see what life is like for a New York City tour guide, stick around and subscribe to my channel, and let's go. Good morning, it's Monday. I finally got my Brooklyn tour time departure to a science. I'm here, it's kind of breezy, but I burnt myself to a crisp, so recovered today and about to do the Dumbo tour. Wish me luck. Tuesday, and I'm in Central Park because I am, as it turns out, an hour and a half early for my appointment on the Upper East Side. I'm getting my last Gardasil shot. Third dose. If you can, gang, get the shot. Please get the shot. Avoiding the HPV virus, which infects 80% of the population, is so much better than getting it. I can say from experience as the 80%. I am the 80%. But it's Tuesday, and since Saturday, I have been having nightmares about being stabbed with needles, poisoned with needles, assaulted with syringes. So I don't have any medical trauma whatsoever. And then funny enough, at 4:30 today, I have another doctor's appointment with my primary care where I'm going to beg him for anxiety meds. Can't hurt. Oh man. But if all goes well, if all goes as I hope, then I will have ended today immune and with a prescription for situational anxiety medicine, which is what I want. Oh, the park is lovely. The park is lovely. Today is really nice. There's like a sharp ringing noise, so if you have tinnitus, don't worry, that's not you. And if you don't have tinnitus, congratulations, you now have tinnitus. Just kidding. But just shut up. I'm gonna shut up and let you enjoy the friggin' park. How about that, huh? She's a beauty, she's a hottie, she is full of antibodies. Oh my god, that was not as bad as I remembered, honestly. In the past, that needle has felt like getting just punched in the arm with a battering ram full of those little tiny virus antibodies, but this time, not as bad. I am deliriously happy with relief. Not a fan of a doctor, in case you couldn't tell. And now I get to enjoy being vaccinated. Gardasil, whoop whoop. Oh my gosh. I have to stop. This is so terrible, but I am so relieved. I'm so excited. I'm going to the Met. I'm so happy. One down, one to go. It's gonna be a nice day. the Met. Eating cake in front of the Met. Eat your heart out, Serena, what's her face from Gossip Girl. I never watched the show. If I would offer a piece of advice to visitors, though, it would be eat before you go in the Met, because standing around and looking at art is actually a lot more physically exhausting than you think it's going to be. Standing takes more energy than walking does. Always eat before you go in the Met, or you're gonna get hangry. Preferably a slice of cake, but whatever you can, eat before the Met. Get a water before you go into the museum, because you're gonna be thirsty, and a bottle of water in the museum costs like $8, and a bottle of water outside the museum costs like $2. So get that bottle of water before you go in. You're gonna wish you had. At the Temple of Dendur, also known as where they filmed the climax of Made in Manhattan. I'd like you to meet my friend Audrey Munson, and I'd like you to meet also my friend Audrey Munson. Daniel Chester French was low-key obsessed with Audrey Munson, and can't blame him. This is how I walk around the Met, mouth open, every time. So cool. Just left the Met. Spent like maybe 3 hours, more than 3 hours in there, which is a lot because it's the biggest museum in North America. There's a lot to see, but a lot of my favorite exhibits were actually closed down today, so I didn't see everything. The modern wing is under construction because they're adding onto it. And the visible storage wing, which is usually my favorite spot to sneak to a clean bathroom, was also closed for renovation, so those were closed. And I'd also decided to skip the Jeff Bezos fashion exhibit. But it's still nice out, not too hot, so I think I'm gonna walk through the park to get to the subway. It's only 2 o'clock. My appointment isn't until 4:30, all the way downtown, back in the park. Gosh, I'm just leaving my doctor's appointment, the one I was going to see about my anxiety. And he was like, we'll prescribe you something for anxiety. Sure, and we'll give you help finding a therapist. Absolutely. We're just going to run an EKG. So I was like, oh, sure, great. And then as I sat there, I was like, oh no. What if I came in here for like my scary panic and I leave here finding out I have a bad heart? So they put me in the mammogram gown and then put all the leads on me, and I made a joke to the nurse about how I felt like the Bride of Frankenstein, and TBH looked like the Bride of Frankenstein. Hilarious. And it it's alive. But then after I put my shirt back on, I got to thinking like, it's taking a really long time with these results. Like, what if I came in here and I created more problems for myself? What if today is the day that I find out that actually I have a really bad problems? And no, it was fine. It was normal. But I was like, what if this was a test? What if this was a test? He's like, she says she's anxious, but I don't know. Let's see. Long story short, today was the best case scenario. I got my antibodies, and I got a prescription for anxiety medication. And I don't have a bad heart, apparently. Or at least, I don't after the stunt that was pulled on me. Oh my God. I'm going to meet my husband at Chelsea Market, and we're going to have a lovely date night together. Holy cow. Oh, there we go. It is Thursday. Today was the day of the ticker tape parade, and today my tour group wanted to start a little bit later. So I spent my morning catching up on stuff and forgot to eat. I'm gonna stop and get water after my tour. I'm gonna run some errands. Long day today. It's Friday. I'm at the World Trade Center. Just finished doing a tour, and now I'm going to get myself an empanada before I have to run a million errands and do a million things. But this empanada moment is just for me. Sad update. No empanadas today. No empanadas today. No empanadas today. Onward to errands. Bummer.